Hello.
Lolo.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. And
Hi.
you know how I had to edit that, the music of that? Every once in a while I hear it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have another window open.
That's
Uh,
funny.
uh, uh.
That's funny.
Everybody, welcome to Back and Forth with Jaime and Gerald.
Insane.
What?
Sorry. I'm just jumping ahead of the hellos.
We're here for it, right?
Yeah.
And this is Jaime, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path, who does not have a subtitle today. Does not have a.
Wandering Mountic. Did you hear that, guys? Mountic. Dun, dun, dun. I'm mounting them. Dun, 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 dun. Me and
This
my
is
knight.
the way it's going to be all day. So this is beautiful. Thanks for being willing to join me.
Yeah.
So
My favorite
and
place to be.
yes, and we've got oodles and oodles of stuff to chat about. I
Mm-hmm.
do have a blank snort count.
Mm.
So I'm ready, people, and I actually think I'm going to use the big Sharpie marker, not endorsed Sharpie. If you want to talk to me, please feel free to call me. You know,
We're
I'm
happy to sponsor you.
yes, sponsor me exactly. So
Uh-huh.
it should be Sharpie and Post-its
Absolutely, for the
with
win.
how things are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So say hi to some people. White Wolf mother is here watching the playback, hanging out with mom, doing the important things. Very
Right on.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Viviani. Hello, Viviani.
Hello.
Pia's life. Hi, Pia. Medium Betsy Palmer is power walking and lurking.
Yay.
Cool. Pamela Batchelor. Pamela, hello. Tom, Early Ritual is here. Hello. And hi, Zane.
That's what I.
Witchery. Happy belated birthday.
Mm-hmm. It's
Good to see
23rd.
you here. Hershey is here. Hello.
Oh, Zane, dude, I am going to blow your mind. I have something to tell you. You'll see. Go ahead. Sorry. Continue.
Okay. Hershey, the Shadow Reader, is here. Hi, Hershey. Rochelle, hey, hey, Veld.
There you go.
Patrice is here. Hello, Patrice. Good to see you. Maruda is here. Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, I love it. Zane.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm loving the energy. Well, there you go. There is that. So, Plucky Heroine is here. Hello, Plucky. Good to see everybody. Thank you. This not just in, but just everybody to know and to confirm for you, Deb, the hashtag Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club is happening Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 1 p.m. for you, Deb, and 7 p.m. BST. And that is Purple Elephant Deb H and Angela Cardomancy Mesquite. So do that. Yeah, lovely chatters. Yep, there you go. And we got blessings for White Wolf positive vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And so there you go. And lots of birthday. And Patrice can't stay long. Watch back to catch all the Jaime snorts. Did you already snort once and we missed it?
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
Patrice is just used to me snorting.
As are we. Yep, that's right. It's the Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club. Who knows what we'll talk about?
Yes,
And
he does, Deb.
so, yes, I have a mustache for Halo. This was one of the projects. I went on quilt retreat last week and I made this.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was fun. Oh, look, Deanne is here, Blue Crescent
Hey,
Tarot.
yeah.
Good to see you. Good to see you. And all right. Thank you for Plucky Heroine said, Pamela Batcher, thank you for last week's gardening suggestion. creating block reading. I'm doing yard cleanup before my neighbor, Mrs. Kravitz, returns from vacation. Yeah, I love it. She does love Jaime and her snorts. So yes, it's very true. It's very true. Jaime, what have you been doing?
All kinds of things. I've been pulling my pigtails out with new astronomy information and cutting gilding and or sanding, I should say, and all kinds of things. And you?
Okay. Well, yes, Jamie's bing, 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 bing,
That's
bing,
where I am.
bing.
Bing bing.
Pinging.
Mhm.
We just got back last night and we left on Wednesday. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about briefly is I wanted to tell you about the reading that I got before we traveled because
Oh
it was
yeah.
a 6-hour drive. Everybody will get a kick out of this
Mhm.
because you know how I'm learning to pay attention to reversals.
Right.
And on Wednesday before we left, the rethink card for the remember, rethink, and release.
Mm-hmm.
The rethink card was the Chariot reversed. And for those of you who don't know, we had a bit of an issue on the way down with Jeffrey's car overheating and all of that. And we had a nice little we had some angels who were helping us and just put some, got some water with it. And so we made it home and it was like, oh my gosh. So, but I thought that was funny. It was one of those things that it was like good. And I did not tell Jeffrey that on the way down. I was not going to. I did tell him that a couple of days later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is probably why I got the Chariot reverse card.
Right.
So I don't know who gave you the gardening advice, but surely was not me. Just thought makes me laugh. Hey, Pamela, Pam's garden advice. There you go. So, yeah, we're fine. It was one of those things, and Jeffrey and I worked. We worked well through it and all that stuff, and we made it, and we made it home okay without anything. And Naomi is here. Hi, Naomi. It was a 6-hour drive. It's a 6-hour drive if you don't really stop, but it took us 8.5 hours to get there. So, but it's okay. We're all fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We went and had it looked at, and they were like going, this is what's going on. And the people we were with were quite generous. So this was project number 3. And I sent my sister a message and I said, well, I have, okay, I thought I put that on.
I was going to say, that's not me, it's you.
Yeah. Do not disturb people.
My watch will still bing because I don't want to turn that off, but my phone's definitely on.
Okay, where was I? So, I sent my sister a text because I was preparing and I said, well, I've got 2 official fabric landscapes that I'm working in, like 3 other potential projects. And when I finished packing on Tuesday, I have 5 official landscape projects set up and 7 potential projects.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure you got everything done but one, right?
No, I did not.
Oh, no, you did not? Oh.
I did not. I got, I had to, I don't know about you, but when I'm in that zone, I have to pause a little bit and switch gears and clean the palette and all that stuff. So,
well, I was just going to say, you say bing, 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 bing on me. You were doing the same thing just a moment ago. So
yes.
Bing, bing.
Yes. Hi, Linda. And so it was fun. So, okay. And so my first project, you want to see my first project? Because I was so proud of this.
I do.
I made this nice little tea towel. And for anybody who knows, this is hilarious. I bought a remnant of toweling, which basically toweling has one side that is finished. It's a rolled hem.
Yeah.
And so all I needed to do was just to roll over the edge twice and sew it down.
Yeah.
And I did that. I'm done. project one, and because I needed something slow to start. Do you feel the love, people? Do you feel the love? So, but it's all good. It's all good. So, but yeah. So okay, you talk for a little bit.
Well, which do you want? Do you want the tarot project that I worked on? Do you want the mind-blowing project?
Let's hold off on the mind-blowing project for a little bit.
Okay, so I received, after waiting 2 years, I received.
Linda De Gonzalez is here, and Maruda recognizes your golf clap.
Oh, thank you. If I did this, it would be the nuns because it's silent.
Wow.
Anyway.
Oh, that would be a snort, ladies and gentlemen. We have a snort. Go ahead.
Literary tarot. Nice little box.
Yes.
Looks like a book.
Mm-hmm.
Came with a big book, lots of gilding, blah, blah, blah. Some people had issues with it. Some of the printing wasn't, everything of mine turned out really well. The corner of my big book was a little smushed, but I straightened it out, so I'm okay there. It should happen. But this deck did have this bright, shiny, sharp gilding all over the edges, and it was just too sharp for me. Still shuffled like a dream for me. Some people have been complaining about the cardstock. I've talked to Richie and myself and a couple of others. I don't have a problem. Anyway, I decided to sand the gilding off. Yes, I used a 180 fine grit sand block, and I sanded it off, and I didn't do it perfect because I wanted still to go with the literary stories and stuff. I wanted a little bit of an antique-y kind of look.
Yes.
So then I used vinyl black, and that is the result.
That's really nice.
Yeah, no sharp edges. Shuffles like a dream now. But I love it. It's Peter Pan.
Love it. Hi, Beth.
Super nice. Anyway, that was my tarot project. Took me 2 hours to do
2 hours. Okay. Mm-hmm. And Tony said, Antoinette, Intuitive Tarot, and Julie said, evening all, my gilding is so sharp with a lip. I haven't experienced that before. Mm-hmm. Well, you just heard from Jaime. She took a sand, block and sanded it, and then you colored it.
Mm-hmm. And you don't even have to color it if you don't want to. But it's no longer sharp, and that's what matters to me because my hands have such a hard time anyway that I don't need to add to that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, vinyl black will be my forever favorite, or for my favorite deck edging choice.
Same. 180.
180.
Mm-hmm. Fine grit. And if you can't find 180, just go with the fine. And I used a block, not individual paper, because I could hold on to the block better with my hands.
And did you put individual cards to the block, or did you do the deck all together?
So I was doing like chunks like that. So about 1/4 of an inch. And then there would be a couple of cards that just had still too much on. So then I would individually take those and just do a swipe. And honestly, boom, gone. I mean, and this was hardcore gilding. Mm-hmm. We all have those. This is one of those ones that was super thick. They didn't stick. But like Tony said, the ones with the little lip and the catches, and there's still lips on these a little bit, but I don't mind so much that as I do the sharpness. So
yeah.
Thanks, Patrice.
So I can't really show you the next project, but I will show you something of the next project. How's this for taunt?
Okay.
Here's one of the projects.
So helpful and so beautiful.
Yeah, you like that?
Can you just envision it, guys? It's amazing.
That's great. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So can't show you that. Oh, cool. Thank you, Jaime.
Yeah, for this taking it off, I'm not having like huge clumping at all, but I have to take, this deck is really thick, anyway. And I have to take it in half and then split it in half again to do the things. Yeah, nice fold, right?
It is a nice fold. And Debbie, Aquarius Owl, is here. Hello. Listening while commuting. Safe driving. Safe driving. So, and it is not a cucumber holder. It is not. Oh, that's 2.
That was funny.
That's 2. So one of the other things that I was going to mention is that I have this habit now of when I sew, I like to wear an apron because it gets me into that mindset. I'll do that with cooking and working in the kitchen. And so I was wearing this apron. So it's one of those that has the folds that cross in the back. So if you see me wearing this, it's because I've been in that mindset. So
very cool.
And Pamela said I cut off the gilding on my Gaian tarot so I can finally use it, and I'm loving it. Good.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. So I've done a lot of deck modifications where I've cut them down, cut, the whole 9. I just didn't really feel like getting the guillotine out and doing the things, or even my scissors. So that's why I sanded it off.
Well, and I think I'm a firm believer in modifying a deck. They're your little pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Do what you need to. So, and again, Boho Tarot, whose channel is different. Dawn Michelle has great videos about deck modifications.
She does. She does not have sanding, though. I will tell you that right now.
It is not hand. Okay. Maruda says sanding is safer.
Well, it's a hell of a lot faster.
Callie Healer is here. Hello, Callie Healer. And Terry at Holding Your Space was asking how you work with your big anniversary or over the weekend. So,
yeah, so Hershey, my whole thing is that generally speaking, I never get rid of a deck. If I've given or done or sold or something, it's because a friend has asked, do you have or whatever. Generally speaking, they never go anywhere. I know. Okay, I'm ready for the gasp. I get rid of my boxes.
It's all right.
They drive me crazy. Like, this is really cute, but this is a hell of a chunk of a thing to, and I mean, it's well made. It's got a nice little ribbon inside and, super pretty, but no.
I would totally use that box to put other paraphernalia in. So, okay, Amanda.
Yep. Hang on. See. Hold, please. So it is Sharpie Pro chisel tip black vinyl.
Do you want to hold that up?
It doesn't have the. It's technically. It says professional.
Professional.
Yep, professional. So yeah, there's a difference between the black, like, hold please. I think I just buried it. I can't find it now without going to.
Anyway. You have not missed much, so.
Yeah, there's just a difference between just a black chisel tip and the professional.
Okay. And Zane, Tarot Token Witchery said, I wouldn't even know where to begin with my first deck mod if it wasn't for Dawn Michelle's videos. Yes.
Agreed. Yeah, she was a great help.
Yeah.
You bet.
And Pamela Batcher said, I use Tombow brush to edge my decks. And Amanda said, thank you.
So do I.
Okay. Of course she does. All of the cool combo.
They're the best.
Box, I understand that, though. And yeah, I can definitely reuse the boxes. Sure.
Yeah, I have some special ones that I reuse that I think are pretty nifty and they hold trinkets and things. But for the most part, they all go bye-bye.
Yeah, and Plucky Heroine said, I started the Tarot book edition for the Library of Esoterica and cut out a waffle weave spa robe.
Nice.
Okay. And Tom's Early Ritual says, I still want to mod my Murder of Crows for closer match the limited version with the red highlights.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. I have the red highlights and I like it.
It's so fun.
So, okay, I think okay, so Callie Healer wants to see one of the projects. I'm going to use the sketch, okay? So what?
Nothing.
So I had this idea. I recently saw, you know, my fabric landscapes tend to be kind of big, like
Kind of.
24 by 36, something
But
like
not 6 feet.
but not 6 feet. That's true. And so I had this photo, which was a photo that a friend of mine took, and I really liked it. I
Yeah.
thought, ooh, that's cool. That's right up my alley. And so here's the back. I used this great green, and here's the front. So,
isn't that amazing? It's just
and
crazy.
it's small, and which was great fun. This took me 7 hours, which I was like, this sketch should not take me 7 hours, but it did, and it was fine. So, and if we look closer, we've got different fabric. I'm going to move slowly.
Right, Pamela? Yeah, it's, I mean,
So
it's amazing the eye that you have to be able to see a picture in fabric. It's pretty blankety blank amazing.
And this is the, thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm seeing everybody's, I'm acknowledging them. I want to make sure there was somebody else who said,
Naomi Maruda, Callie Healer, Pamela, Tony, Hershey.
Oh yeah, Julie at Peekaboo Rose did hers, Tom. Yeah. So her Murder of Crows.
Hello, Chris.
Hey, Chris, Elemental Cartomancy. Hello. And thank you. Thank you. Chris, I don't know if you saw this, but this is one of the landscape quilts that I made. And this is really truly in my aesthetic, because when I was doing a lot of
Hold the picture up.
Oh.
See, look at that. Look at that.
When I was doing a lot of visual art, I had a lot of space down below or up above. So, but so there's that. So, and this is small, and I thought, ooh, I'm going to be cool, and so I cut out multiple pieces of fabric like this so I could try them in different sizes and all that stuff. So,
y'all, his creative crates to take with him. He should have had his own horse-drawn carriage with all of his.
I didn't this time. I didn't. I had one bin, one smaller bin, and an IKEA bag.
I agree, Callie Healer. I agree. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Chris, weird. I'm doing well. I don't know about Jamie. Jamie, how are you doing?
Peachy.
Okay. There you go. Oh, it's prettier than the photo. That's nice. So, so I was having fun with that. So
good.
There's that. So I'm going to move that over there. And I have 3 more projects to show. But
go for it.
Do you want me to do that? Okay.
Sure. Captive audience, man. Captive
audience. All right. What's an IKEA size, a sized IKEA bag? It's enough to hold, if you pack it properly, and this is a joke, a human-sized collection of.
Yeah, it wasn't no IKEA bag size, Tony.
So one of them holds 3. Yeah, well, you know. Oh, I could make it. That could be fun.
It
It
could.
could be fun. So, okay, this is something that I'm only showing the back to, but here's the back because I don't
Oh, I
want to
know
show
which
the
one
front
that
yet.
is. I know which one that is.
And I'm making some videos so that people, I'll be able to show. So there.
Aloha, Jonathan.
So hi, Jonathan. So there's that.
There's
Here,
that.
let me show you this much of the front. Ooh, ooh. I did.
I told you I wasn't going to cuss, and the word that almost came out of my mouth was bad.
So, but I did take a lot of video of that, and I did take pictures of people and what they were working on. So now, the last project that I have is the one that was the last one that I'm working on, and I was showing you pictures, and I don't know. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I want to see it. Did you freak yourself out further, or did you actually?
Oh, I freaked myself out, and so, but.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Gerald.
So there's the back, but do you recognize this place, Jamie?
I sure do. Yeah, that's Wiz.
Okay. So Jamie took this photo because I was like, I need a photo of stuff, and so she sent me the. And where is it?
So that's Crater Lake. That is Wizard Island. That's a very holy place for me.
Okay, Wizard Island. So I decided, and this is denim. And I thought, I'm just going to do some thread play. So I ended up with this. And
it's pretty fucking amazing. Oh, sorry. I said I wasn't going to do that.
It's not quite there. It's not quite
I know,
there.
but
I have some issues with it.
Of course you do.
So, but so here's the back, and which is interesting. You can see there is a lot of thread on that.
Oh yeah, you can see Wizard right there. Boom.
So, and but it was a good learning process. And can you see the I added some gold thread. So, are you liking that?
Oh yeah.
So,
oh yeah. It's Budamus.
I have to figure out how to make these trees look like.
Yeah, but see
trees.
how you caught the caldera though? I mean, that's pretty amazing. That's a holy mountain right there, right behind Wizard.
Is it?
I'm all pointing at it like you guys can see where I'm pointing. But
This one right here?
Yeah.
Which is why it must have taken me a while. So.
Yeah.
So we had words, the mountain and I. And then I finally said, I'm just going to get out of my head. So, all right. I missed all of the chat.
That's okay. Chris is asking me, why are you not cussing?
So, okay, everybody see, yes, I am a tease, and yeah, exactly. That is a long one, Jonathan. Yes. And
so here's the joke. He asked me what space I had, right? And what I wanted to visualize it for, blah, blah, blah. And so I told him, I'm like, well, you have about like 34 by 6 feet to use. And he's like, well, it's not going to be 6 feet. And it's like, well, you fucking asked.
Okay.
Measure out the whole 9.
Well, okay, but this is the sketch.
It's right here.
This is the sketch.
I know. Okay. It's pretty dang good.
So, I don't sell them. I mean, I could, but I don't. But the problem with that is people are not going to be willing to pay what it would cost to actually sell them.
Right.
Yeah, thank you, Plucky. I did send Jamie a picture of this because this is
the box of fabric for it.
The box of fabric of stuff that I will use to make the to actually make the piece, the landscape, instead of thread play. But I was like, I'm not going, here, Jeffrey, take my picture. I'm going to send it to Jaime. So
it's a great
all of
picture
this stuff
too.
that you see will eventually be made into this, I hope, or some variation of it.
It will be, with the middle finger at the bottom, even.
So, with the finger in the bottom.
What? You know, Chris, I don't even notice when I'm doing it anymore.
It's not going to be 6 feet. I thought Gerald was an overachiever.
Oh,
well played, Tom. Sooner or later, you're coming on my channel. So, yeah. Yeah, and so, yeah. And so,
right, same. I agree.
Thank you.
When he showed me all the fabrics, I'm like, I could totally see all the different colors in the water, because when you go there and you look down, the lake is 1,900 feet deep. And so the colors, if you have a turquoise color that's at the edge, that's like 500 feet deep, right? And then as you get out to the center, like by Wizard, which isn't quite center, but when you get out there, the water is almost clear straight down, and it's purple. It's crazy, because what you see up above when you're standing up on a caldera is not the same as what the water is when you're on it.
So, does denim mean something to you? Does denim have a significance for you?
It does.
Okay. That's what I thought, because I had other stuff. I had different options picked out. And I was going, you know, I don't know about you, everybody who's watching, but sometimes when you're creative, you keep hearing, no, 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 go over here, do this. So, but, so yeah. So I also have, this is the roll of denim that I have that will probably be used. So, but I'm not going to unroll it, because I will end up falling under it, and then the show will be more about me trying to get out from under the roll of denim.
Oh, but wouldn't it be grand?
It would be grand, yeah. I have some pictures of Anna Marie Island. I don't know where Anna Marie Island is. So
I'd be curious to see what that looks like, though.
So yeah, but I'm having fun with the idea of the piece. The main piece is right here, and it just sort of bleeds out. That's
I think it's amazing when you see it on camera, Gerald. I mean, that's pretty rad.
Cool, thanks. So I think that's the. And yeah, when the muses speak, you listen.
It's in Florida. Got you.
Can't imagine picking out every little thread to make those shapes.
Oh, he goes to another place, man. When he's in the zone, he's like not even there. Yeah. I've been in the same room with him when he's sewing, and it's like you might as well be talking to a wall.
Yeah. And then I had a Leaders and Enders project. Do you know what a Leader and an Enders project is?
I think so, but go ahead and educate us.
Leaders and Enders. When you're sewing, sometimes sewing machines will eat the beginning part of the fabric. And so a Leader and Ender project is when you have something that you sew in before and after it. And it keeps the edges straight. Now, I don't do that really when I'm doing the fabric landscapes, but I needed to switch gears, so I had some of those. So it was cool. So there's that. Cool. That's the Stay tuned. You'll see some pictures, because I did take some video and a lot of photos of the progress.
Yeah, which is awesome.
So watching and listening, I'm back now. Good to have you here.
She's back.
Tell us about your toxic waste sludge barrel mug. Well, thanks to Jane,
Bong
Wandering Mountain Bardic Path, she got me that.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was, though. I got it because of the subject matter and because of shit that was going around at the time.
Yes. You're welcome, Kelly Healer. Well, I haven't shown that part of it.
I know, but it is a bong.
It is a bong, but I've never used it as a bong.
I didn't know it either until I sent it, and then I got to looking at it and I went, oh shit.
So, but anyhow, everybody stay tuned because I will be over the next couple of weeks working on some videos to show to show some of the progress. And there was what's really wonderful about this is the third year we've gone here, and there's 10 of us, 10 or 11 of us, and we're all sewing on our own thing. We're all, if somebody says, does anyone have an opinion? Well, of course, everybody has an opinion, and everybody can ignore each other's opinions.
So from my perspective, you guys, it was really kind of cool. And I think everybody that's here in the chat would really dig this because the creative process is kind of fascinating, I think, sometimes for how people work. And I got several videos, but I got to hear all of the chatter in the background and the machines going and sidebar this. I could pick out certain voices. I really, really enjoyed that because it was, you could almost feel that that crazy creative energy that hits everybody and you're like in your own bubble, It was cool.
Yeah. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. And there were a couple of people there. And there's always a couple of people who are there who are just curious about what the heck I am doing.
Sure.
Because I'm not a traditional piecer at all. And the process is really hard to explain. Now, this year, I have to say, credit to me is I did plan out. I actually went through my fabric and I'm like, okay, I need this. I like this. This works for this. So I actually had, and if I can find a picture of it, I can show you because I showed up with all of the fabrics lined up. And just the piles, and it was fun.
Yeah.
So, and then my brother-in-law was working on a landscape fabric piece that
the trees.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Super
trees.
pretty.
So this was my projects. I had all of them divided up.
See, no IKEA bag there.
No IKEA bag there. And apparently one does need all of the threads in order to be able to do that. And yeah, there's some of the fabrics for that Wizard's Island. So all right. I just saw, is it Lady Silver who popped in? Lady Silver 1111 is here.
Hi.
And Thomas, Tarot Your Way is here. Hello, Thomas. Thomas did his first live last night. Nice. He was very kind and asked me to join him, but I was tired after the 6-hour drive. Quiltist. There you go. There you go. So, that's enough. I mean, that's what I have for the quilting. So, how many color threads do you have, Gerald? Not enough. And that's honest with you, because like this last one on the denim, I needed a really good green to show up, and I don't have a really good green. I don't have a really good green for the trees. So I'm like, well, I gotta go and do that. So but yeah. So anyhow. And okay, do your next big one is the oh God, stop it, people. I said, actually it's really, really nice. It's people who are actually, they're driving home. They were driving home today.
Yeah.
We had to leave early, but
yeah, my next big thing is the Patrick Epiphany. So you go.
This is the last time we were together. We talked about my quest to find female-centric creation stories. And this Let There Be Light by, I believe it's Liana Fink, arrived, and I read the book. It is TarotStache approved. Borrow it from your library. It was really, really helpful, and I really enjoyed it. My only complaint, and this is, I got over it because I read during the day and with a good light, is this sometimes the font is hard to read, but these are 56-year-old eyes. It was a really nice story. I appreciate it. And the next one I'm going to read is Passing for Human.
Aren't you 57?
This year.
Oh, that's right. End of the year. All right, fine. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll back my truck up. Beep, beep,
beep, beep, beep. So, yeah. So I just wanted to share that I was working on this.
This is another one. It will be controversial to some. If you're white, you just need to get over yourself. Also part of that conversation, this is Gerald's copy that hasn't come to him. Somehow I got 2 copies, but God is a Black Woman is actually a really, 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 really good book. There you go.
Nice. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you.
It's a graphic novel style. Yeah.
And you get, I would like a collab mention. Warning, it's bad. What? Oh, that he's talking about his, synopsis, please, Jamie.
On mine or yours?
I would say it's yours because mine is the book of Genesis.
Well, it's the author's journey from white male god to sacred Black feminine. That's really what it's about. And finding, it starts off with a really funny story about Black Madonna and her visit. And, but it's also very eye-opening in, kind of the goddom that we've created, or at least Christians have created. Anyway, it's very interesting. It could be controversial, but, I find it fascinating and rather eye-opening.
Well, and just to actually say, to continue on that, next week, Laugh and Learn Part 2, it's at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. This is with Amina is going to be joining us, and we're using this.
Still loving you, people driving home. Still loving you. Still loving you.
Stop it. So, I'm glad you're getting home okay. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about that. So that's at, I should write that down, 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Jonathan, I think you'd enjoy the book. I actually do. I mean, enjoy is a bad term because it's just like Happy Memorial Day. Not really. It's not really Happy Memorial Day, except for most people think of it as just a 3-day weekend, right? But I think you would enjoy it.
Bachelor said, God Was a Black Woman is the book. The Shak She was awesome. In the book, the Shak She. And Rochelle said, I love any controversy that has to do with the patriarchy. Yeah. So, and Maruta got it from Digital Hoopla.
Nice.
On audio.
If I suddenly mute myself, it's because Steven's back with Jesse, and that means that Rumor is yapping.
Okay. And we're looking forward to, because we're actually this is a combination of a deck casual where we're using her deck as conversation. And Beth said, oh, that sounds like Dance of the
Dissident Daughter.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bye, Linda.
See ya.
So, historical info on itself. Yeah. So it's been good. And bless Jeffrey, he was willing to let me finish up listening to Hero with 1,000 Faces by Joseph Campbell. And I couldn't do it.
Never give me shit for looking down at my phone. Ever. Ever. Ever.
Can I mute this one? I never give you shit for that.
You can't mute this one.
How can I not? Oh my God. All right. Anyhow, real life people.
That is real life. And it's hilarious. Look at his face. He looks like the little kid in the backyard, like, damn it, this is my sandbox.
So anyhow, Laugh and Learn Thursday or Tuesday.
Yeah, great. Mm-hmm.
Now Thursday is the Woo Woo Witchery Club.
Yes. And
Woo
coffee.
Woo Witchery and Coffee Club.
Oh.
All right. Oh, now she's muted because I was going to go, okay, you're ready. So.
Actually, she's not barking, so I'm good. Oh, there she is. Every time the phone pings, an angel gets its wings. Laugh out loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rumor, do stop. Anyway, are you ready? Okay, people. I do not claim to know
people.
everything that I need to know. So if you ask questions because you don't know, understand that I am not an expert yet.
Ooh, I'm not an expert.
And if you have ever thought that Julie Cuccia-Watts was smart or amazing or whatever, you better reevaluate and realize that she is a hell of a lot smarter than you think and way ahead of the freaking curve. Okay.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yes.
So I was sitting in my chair on Sunday,
yes.
and I saw that Patrick at the Living Wheel was live. Now I got to go back in time a little bit. There was a conversation in Discord with my friend Kelly Fitzgerald and a bunch of other people that we converse from class and stuff, but in astrology, astronomy, etc., there was some conversation that they were talking about how signs had changed, and Kelly had her mind blown by Patrick. Okay.
And you were talking about the astrological signs.
Well, I'm talking about astronomy, actually.
Okay.
Leading into your astrological zodiac sign, right?
Okay. Okay.
So I'm not going to get into the particulars, like I said, because I don't know enough to speak fluently. But I sat down to listen to Patrick talk, and he said that normally he does a reading with his cards, and and it's usually for a group and their subscribers, but he was going to do one tonight to, pull people in, and he was talking about the real sky. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? So I'm listening to him, and somewhere along the way back when the Greeks got involved, etc., things changed in how we calculate the sky, that it became more mathematical than actually looking up and seeing what was above us.
Okay? Then observation, yes.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
So I have lived my entire 56 years under the sign of Taurus. That is my sun sign. No, it's not. Okay?
Okay.
The sky, when I was born, the sun was in Aries. It was not in Taurus. It was in Aries. We stopped real sky watching. So if you go to Julie Cuccia-Watts and you look at her real sky astrology and the workbook and the stuff, that's all of her research of a decade or more. Mm-hmm. And how she came to, when she was working on it, we didn't have Google, Anyway, so I am going through, I worked my ass off on this stupid chart, okay, at the beginning of the year with Gerald. I worked my butt off, okay? Yes. It's all wrong. It's rubbish. It's poo-poo. It is not the real thing, man. I am not a Taurus.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
Oh,
I am putting.
I still have horns.
Well, okay. Just to be clear, purchase responsibly, know your limits with that. I did put a link into Julia Cuccia-Watts' Printer Studio webpage. So, and yeah,
yeah. I mean, and I'm not saying that you have to go out and buy anything. There are yes, correct. There's barely anything, and you really have to read specifics to know what is the sky that they're looking at. What are they using? Because if they're using, like, you know, you go into the bookstore and you see a book on astrology and you pick it up and you're reading the things. So the descriptions are correct. The dates are wrong.
Okay. And yeah. And apparently Deanne says Aries makes so much more sense for Jaime.
Yeah, well, okay, I'm going to give you a quote. After I listened to Patrick, and then Patrick did some things for me, which was super duper kind, did the whole shebangies. Then I went and I yelled like hell at Kelly, just yelled like hell. And then I said to her, I have been a Taurus my whole life. I know not one fucking thing about Aries. Not one, not a bit, not a itty bitty teeny tiny bit. That's a direct quote from myself to Kelly. I have no idea. So I've gone down the rabbit hole.
Full force.
Oh yeah. I reached out to Julie, and in my lovely fashion, she said that she could definitely hear me while I was typing away. Yeah, Zane. Yeah, laugh now, Chuckles. And so yeah, now I have this whole thing that I know nothing about that I have to learn.
Yeah. And Zane said, I thought that was so fascinating when I heard her talk about it a while back. I love being a Gemini. So I pretended I never watched the interview.
Oh no, dude, I'm going to shove it all at you. Ping, ping, ping. It's fascinating. It is fascinating. And yes, and
yes, and Lady Silver said almost sounds Vedic. There's similarities in the beginning, but then
but the progression is where it goes to incorrect.
Yeah.
It's not the actual sky.
And so Jaime and I were chatting about this, and I have to look at my chart and figure that out, because one version says I'm such and such, one version says I'm different, and so anyhow.
Yeah, Hershey. So I have identified with Taurus in the sense that everybody has always said, "Oh, you're stubborn like a bull. You're ha ha."
There you go.
Hi. I was talking about you.
Yep.
But there's always been a part of me that has said, I don't know who that is. I don't know who you're describing. Okay. So that's the interesting catch to all of this. And that was as a kid. So yeah, it will be interesting. And Julie, I responded to you, by the way, if you didn't see it, or if I haven't seen it, you responded.
Okay. So anyhow, this is Julie Cuccia-Watts that Jaime
is chatting up.
The bomb.
Yeah.
The bomb. And I did put her the link to her Printer Studio page, or her.
Well, and when I was texting with Patrick, he even said, he says, well, Julie Cuccia-Watts, she has knows and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh yeah. No, I know, Julie, that's not a problem. I plan on reaching out. That's a foregone conclusion. I already know. As soon as I heard him say real sky, I went, oh, I'm going to kill someone.
I mean, I got a couple of voice memos, and I was like, oh, if I were in the same room, I would be slowly backing out of that room.
Yep. Well, and Kelly is in the midst of her guidebook for her Nellie's deck that pre-orders stop soon, at the 4th or 5th of June.
This weekend, I think.
Looks like this, like that. Anyway, cartomancy at its finest. So anyway, she's right in the middle of that, and she said that that Patrick blew her mind, that she went down this big, huge, hella hole, and then, well, I don't have that. Thanks, Tian. And then, she's like, I've got to stop because I'm getting derailed from what I'm working on. I've got to stop this. And so I've been bombarding her. And finally I said, I'm sure I'm annoying the piss out of you because this is like old news to you. And she's like, oh no, you're not that far behind. I had to stop going down the rabbit hole. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So Deanne has put in Julie's Facebook group there.
Yeah.
So and so Julie, full disclosure, I purchased responsibly. I knew my limits. I did buy the workbook.
Mm-hmm.
So the battle has been won. The next project that Jaime and I are going to be playing with and studying is going to be Real Sky Astrology.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
stay tuned.
Yeah, I will tell you right now, folks, if this is where the cussing comes in, my mind was so blown and I was so fucking pissed Sunday night. Just, I don't know, it seems a little irrational to be a little, but
yeah. Julie, are you on Instagram?
She is.
Okay, I thought so. And oh, and I love it. I'm still in Aquarius. Of course you are.
It's fine, Debbie. We're all 12 faces, right? Or 13.
Yeah.
But,
well, and like I said, I don't remember what I am. Julie said I was something once, and it was like, okay. So, but this really does line up with something I'm curious about, because I'm very curious about astrology in multiple levels. It's been number 2 out of my year study readings. And so I'm actually going to do a series of conversations about astrology, and I want my chart done in multiple things. So
thanks, Pat.
Yeah, it's like an Aries reaction and not a Taurus.
I still have my horns, like I said.
Yeah. Kiba's here. Hi. And okay, so wait a minute, I'm just getting caught up.
Thank you, Julie. You're a Libra, Gerald.
I am a Libra. Oh, I'm a Libra. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, Tarot Map is doing Real Sky.
That's awesome. That's good to know.
That is good. Okay, so I'm a Libra. I have no idea what that means, but that's okay.
Isn't that what I said you were?
You may have.
Yeah.
Yep, that's Julie. Okay, there's Julie's Instagram. So anyhow, how's that for some passion, people? I mean,
well, okay, so I claim to be a jack of all trades when it comes to all of this stuff. And I know enough to be dangerous, but I know my bits and pieces that work for me, right? I know what I enjoy, what I don't, blah, blah, blah. So I have never, I've never gone into astronomy. I mean, I took astronomy in college. Now, astronomy, not astrology, astronomy. But all of this stuff is kind of like I've never bought into a lot of it. I have Taurian traits, obviously, because I can have Leo traits. I can have, it's kind of like the, to be well balanced, right? But I've kind of delved into astrology with Kelly a few times in the past, looking at things. And then I did, my natal chart and those kinds of things. And then it turned out to be all a lie. But yeah, I just
yeah, I hear that too. I hear that too.
So anyway, it's going to be an interesting journey, because when I take something on, I kind of dive in with my hands, my feet, my eyeballs, yada yada.
And write stuff down.
Well, like I said, analog. I like doing things like this, but this is all wrong now, and I had to order a whole new book because I cannot have the wrong chart in my book.
Wow. Well, and I have, and
Good.
I know,
Oh, God.
what?
Sorry.
Libra is artistic, but also aligns with Ma'at universal law, Gerald. Jaime was as angry as I was angry as you are. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, you also, the difference is though, you also got embarrassed by someone that you respect and everything else in front of a bunch of people, and you had to like redo and rethink the things. But yeah. Yeah, but I'm glad you were as angry, because I feel 14 years behind, though. That makes me even angrier. And the fact that I wasn't paying attention to you 5-6 years ago, when, you know what I mean? It's like, so.
Well, and Julie, I hope you feel the love oozing and, well, spewing out at you in your general direction. It's like, yes, we need more of this.
Yeah.
More truth.
I think one of the things that I said to Julie is that I'm looking for reading material. I want something, to look at, right? I need that physical whatever. Digital is great, but I need the physical whatever. And she's like, well, there's not much out there. And it's like, I don't understand why.
Yeah.
So I wanted to prove her wrong, I'll be honest. And I went searching.
Yeah. Just catching up. Kasha is awesome. And Maruda said, I guess that it would make me a Scorpio. Scorpio is a really small time period.
It's just a very short time period.
And it's so perfect because 14 years have passed, and now there's awareness. Breathe, Jaime. Breathe. Breathe. So everybody, here you go. Like and subscribe, because eventually we'll be having more conversations like this. And maybe if we can finagle Julie, she can be part of this. Oh, here you go. 14 years is half Saturn cycle. Yep. Pamela said,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah.
Guess what, Pamela? You are under another sun sign. Sorry.
Well, or it would make things that didn't make sense. Oh, okay. Here you go. I'm going to do this right now. Please hold. I'm going to hide myself. And I think, and this is one of those things that, Julie, I'm messengering it to you. If I can actually do it properly. Oh, that would make me a Libra too, says Pamela.
Well, it's interesting to explore, right?
Yes.
What do you identify more with?
Yes. And this is where I go to overcomplicator, is because I want to have all of my charts done in these different ways, because there's a reason they're around. I love Michelle Marie with Astrological Tarot, who does Vedic. And I love that. And there's these nuances about it. It's just like,
yeah. Let me give sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but let me give the disclaimer. I am not knocking anybody for using any system or anything. Yeah. This was, for me,
it was mind-blowing. Yeah. And that's where I think it's one of those things, when things like that go mind-blowing, I have to be able to go, okay, what's going on? Where are my surroundings, so that I can actually use all of the pieces that have been blown up to create something new.
Yeah.
I love it. Naomi, you do you, boo.
Absolutely. For everybody, you do your thing. It's me teasing when I say that, well,
Oh, let me get caught up. Hilda, I made that. And I want credit for not making one that was really, really huge.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And yes, Zane, that is true.
so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, Kelly did all the, like I told you, that she did all the charts for me. I got like 15, 16 pages to go through, which is kind of fascinating for me.
I think Beth, I think if we all went through an identity crisis, a collective identity, that would work.
Yeah. It's just really funny. You know, like I said, when it went from Patrick to Kelly, Kelly then went to Discord and was like exploding some of us just like into whatever. And then I'm half paying attention and half not. And then I listened to Patrick the other night and I'm like, oh my God. So
Amanda Carroll is listening while walking Jack Dog.
Hi, Jack Dog.
And Beth, an Aquarius Owl, Debbie said, for dates I used to be the tail end of Aquarius. Now I'm at the beginning. And I think this is one of the cool things is I think it's just, I love this. I love finding new information. And what's really fun is to have conversations with people who they're not knocking anybody's what they're using. They're using it as an opportunity to learn. And I'm putting, this is how I experienced Julie. This is how I experience Michelle Marie, who's probably not watching. And if I'm wrong, Michelle, don't hate me. Sorry. But it's the people who they hear that and they say yes and they add to it, because this is about building everything up and weaving it together. There's so much good information, but I like how that Beth has learned. Okay. Deanne said, I learned mine a couple of years ago from watching
Virgo
someone's, but now I forgot.
September 24th, Virgo.
So, and I'm a cusp on both systems. Does it translate the same?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Honestly, Rochelle, this is all new. I just know, well, hold on. So you would have to tell me what sign you are so that I could go and look. And then I could tell you.
Yeah, it's complex either way.
And,
And Hilda, I appreciate this because this is where I am. And if I think about this in retrospect, a lot of the readings and conversations that I've had with people like Amy from Mystic Rose Tarot has been incorporating astrology into her readings, and they add a beautiful depth and a complexity. So it's really cool. So, all right, I'm
June 21 to July 20 is Gemini.
Yeah, it's a layered
Cancer,
web.
July 20 to August 10th. It's only 21 days.
Real sky. Yep.
Yeah. So 6/21 to 7/20.
And Plucky said, my sun is Aries, but I have Capricorn moon and Taurus ascendant. I feel more earthy than fiery. Rarely get mad, but Krakatoa when I do. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, so people are asking. So what is first in Real Sky? I don't know.
I assume that the chart that I found is correct. I would wait for Julie, but I mean, May 24th, from what I have, is Taurus.
Volcanic. So, and so anyhow,
Taurus, Jonathan.
While we're waiting, I'm a guest Friday on Heather's channel, Indigo Jaguar Intuitive Arts. I'm also a guest on Saturday on the Cool Crone for Polyterology. Just like and subscribe, people.
Okay, we would need a full 5-hour chat about this system. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
And then Zane is like, and I hope I sent, I sent, okay. What What I found is right, Beth. May 21st would be Taurus. I'm the 23rd. I'm a Taurus? Yeah, full 5-hour chat. Yeah. Oh, here you go. That was kaboom.
Yeah, I got it.
Slow computer. Yeah, just
Is there
loading.
a different way to send it?
Oh, she's just waiting for it to actually. She needs to get in Chrome.
I see.
Thank you, Tom. It was. The polyterology was fun last time. Okay, and Chris asks, does Real Sky take account for the shift, or does it include
the 13th? Yeah, the orphans.
Yeah.
You didn't miss it. That's a question I have for Julie, because Scorpio would be just, Virgo is like 45 days if I'm reading everything right, and that's a big if. And Scorpio is just a week long, and then there's that right before Sagittarius, which is what you're talking about, Chris, the orphans. I don't know. I have to ask. Yeah, I don't know.
So, Deanne, could you put in the links to the Facebook group again? Oh, Lady Silver, 45 days.
Yeah, like I said, this is I am not even well enough versed to have the whole conversation. I just know what I found. So,
well, it's the passion that you're having about it, and I think a lot of us have that passion as well. So now I'm curious about what a Libra means, but you said, from what you could tell, the definitions of the different signs are correct. It's just figuring out your sign. So thank you, Deanne.
Thank you. Thanks.
And oh, Tom, I'm sorry. Aw. Sorry, Tom. Sad for you. And Pamela says we need more Virgos. Do we need more Virgos?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh!
Why not?
Neruda is putting some stuff in there. Julie's block. See, and this is where I agree with you, and I hope nobody who's watching this thinks we're discounting one or the other. We're not. We're talking about we're not ignoring everything that we've learned. We're building off of it, and I think it's great. And so I think, do either of you have the deck created by Julie?
It's on the way. So when all of this went down,
I love it. She says, "Oh my God."
Yeah, no, when all this was, so this is when you have those epiphanies, and if Julie's still listening, where you realize that you have, I can't even explain it, but you realize that you have someone with this amazing knowledge that you didn't know you needed, but you needed, and you weren't paying attention. And so you're pissed at the fact that you weren't paying attention, but it hadn't hit your realm yet. And so, yeah, I was like, okay, she's now one of my teachers. I have to go find and learn, and there's nothing out there, but Julie has something out there. So I am going to go, and I'm going to suck all of that in.
All right. Now, Jonathan, I'm going to plead the fifth, because I don't know enough about Leos to answer that. Jaime, are you willing to? Do you know enough about Leos?
I don't, but there's a book, The Stars Within You. But then there's also Blue Sky. So, or not Blue Sky, Real Sky. So.
Okay. So sorry, Jonathan, I can't do it.
Yeah, I can share. Yeah, I don't know. I can read on it. For sure. I still haven't read anything about my Aries. I haven't read anything yet.
I think Maruda is being very kind and has been going through and posting a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I have the same, but I don't know. I sent it off to Patrick just because I had already sent an email out to Julie to try and verify the information, because I don't believe anything anymore. But I appreciate it.
I love it. Jonathan Daly, do you have big hair for the Leo?
He can.
And I'm intrigued.
Oh, it's on Printer Studio.
And Printer Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and here you go. And Chris, Elemental Cartomancy is like, I have like 3 broken kitchen scales, folks. I can't be a Libra. Well, you know.
I'm telling you, dude, your mind will be blown.
Oh, wait a minute. Device connected. I'm adding Julie to the screen. She's getting here. And I'm putting Julie in the middle.
Okay.
There you go. It's Real Sky Astrology. She's linking.
Mm-hmm.
And Jaime, I'm about ready to rename you.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Look, there she is.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Because I can barely hear you, so I'm going to turn you up.
Yay.
What's going on?
He's being an ass.
I was being an ass.
Don't be an ass. I wanted to talk to you, Jaime, and I've got such a slow computer today. It's just been giving me trouble all day.
That's okay. We can hear you.
Okay. All right.
Everybody is saying hi.
I should really quit out of my Photoshop because I think that's what's really slowing me down. But I don't want to lose what I was working on.
No.
Well, Control S, right? Or
yeah,
Command S.
I think I have everything saved, but you know, this kind of, I was just checking to see if I had any emails or anything, and then all of a sudden, whoa, here's this thing pops up with you guys, and I thought, wow, I wonder what they're talking about today. So
we were talking about all kinds of stuff, and then we got to the computer.
I laughed so hard at your email, Jaime.
Oh, I bet.
And lots of hellos, lots of hearts floating, Julie. So
hi, everybody.
And I have actually also purchased responsibly and ordered the workbook.
Oh, that's good. I can walk you through that if you want to. I mean, the thing is with your chart is that your houses and your planets in your houses are going to stay the same. Mm-hmm. It's a sign that's changed, right? And it just colors it differently. And mm-hmm. And if you guys realize that I've even changed the meanings of the signs because I've done this Egyptian thing with mine, and you know, the sexes of the signs have changed because we have a full one half the sky is feminine and one half the sky is masculine. I mean, the symbols are right there, and I couldn't ignore it because if I was gonna, you know, do everything over, I might as well go ahead and follow my intuition with it. And I didn't get that from Robert. I only got that the real sky is, you know, the real sky. You know, and yeah. You're a Libra, and like, right, great, I'm a Libra.
Yeah. But I have a picture that Julie graciously sent to me that is the exact look on my face. It's her sitting next to Robert when he's told her, "Listen, you know, this is what you are."
The next morning, I wasn't speaking to him. I was still pissed. I was still like with my arms folded. I was pouting and not speaking.
Yeah,
I wasn't on today. I just got kind of called up.
Hi, Peter.
Hi.
We're singing Julie's praises. Well, Jaime is fanatically singing her praises.
It's trying to get over being a Taurus.
Yeah. Yep, I am an Aries. I still kept some horns, but yeah.
And as Beth said, so essentially we are all having an identity crisis. We're in a support group, and Julie is our therapist. That's what I'm feeling.
I had my breakdown 14 years ago, and I can't believe it's been 14 years already. And I think, you know, it's just so appropriate that 14 years, that we needed 14 years for the awareness to happen. Like all of a sudden now it's starting to catch a little fire. I think with Kasha doing these really great charts, because I don't do charts for people. I just, you know, do divination systems. And
Patrick did my stuff. He showed it to me on a map, which was really, really rad because he could manipulate it and give the curve and all the stuff. So he did that. And then Kelly just sent me my charts this morning, and she's like,
who is Kelly? Because I don't think I know Kelly.
Kelly Fitzgerald, The Truth and Story.
Okay, I don't know her, so I'm gonna have to look her up.
She's my friend.
Okay,
I love her.
Yeah, we just did a conversation with her about her new cartomancy deck, the Nellie's deck.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Okay, Plucky Heroine said, I'm putting Julie's book on my TBR list when I start my astrology studies.
Mm-hmm.
And Hershey wants to know if you have a YouTube channel.
I do have a YouTube channel, but I'm mostly a guest because I don't know how to run StreamYard.
That's me too. Yep. That's why when I sent you my email this morning, it's like, well, are you interested in having a three-way conversation? Because you don't do YouTube, I don't do YouTube really, and Gerald is the master disaster man at all of this stuff. So
I can make little movies, but I can't, like, I don't feel comfortable just doing a live on my own.
Right.
I can't just talk to a machine
like
it was a person. I have a hard time with that. I need to talk to people.
Yeah. So when we get through our book that we're in now, that's when, and of course when they arrive, but that's when we'll start our new study.
Yes. Yes.
That sounds good.
And knowing it's the two of us, Julie, we will probably we'll dive into it really deep and quick. Well, Jamie will dive into it faster than I will because, the book, the afternoon she gets it, she will have read 3/4 of it already. Yeah. I'm going to plug through. I've got a pencil sort of person, and I'll be doing stuff, but
I think he's complaining.
I'm more like you, Gerald. I have
yeah.
I draw the picture so I understand it and then read the text. And
yeah.
Well, that's what I was telling Kelly this morning in text. I'm like, I think, well, after getting over being mad, I'm analog. I'm not so much digital. So I need to see it in my hands on paper. And that's kind of like why I had asked you, is there anything I can read? And that's why I went and I went to Lulu and got your book, the workbook, so quickly because I need something I want to read. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Peter has actually popped on and says, "Hiya, what a surprise. I'm a real sky Aquarius whilst thinking my whole life that I was a Pisces. I'm comfortable with either."
Sure.
So
I get that.
Oh my gosh. And Pamela said, I've spent my life making peace with people jumping back from me when I say I'm a Scorpio. I've made peace with being a Scorpio. Well,
I was a Scorpio my whole life until 2009 when I went to Egypt and found out, the sun was actually in Libra when I was born.
That's me.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. I mean, I understand the advancement and the way to do the mathematics, right? And why you would go that way. But I don't understand, ultimately, I don't understand why you would stop looking up.
Right. Well, okay, in the Renaissance, when all these astrology books showed up during the Renaissance, they were all really old documents from like 150 AD, right? And they were translations of older things. And so what happened was the people who were the mystics took the astrology stuff and it's a book, so it's got the magical stuff in it, and you just teach people, and then you get all these beautiful secrets from 500 years ago or 1,500 years ago. And then the astronomers said, hey, no, this is wrong. And then science and astrology split. Astronomy and astrology split.
Yeah.
But back in Egypt, astrology and astronomy was the same thing. And science and magic and all of that was the same thing. And It's just in Western culture that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, see, that was one of the things that Patrick kept stressing. I'm talking about astronomy right now.
yeah,
Astronomy.
yeah, yeah.
I think this, to be honest with you too, I think this would be a good conversation starter. I mean, a good beginning. The shift from astronomy and astrology, the science.
Mm-hmm.
If that may, I mean, because I'm sitting here, I'm like going, okay, they're using different words, and then I have to, because apparently it's my Libra mind, I have to process it. I have to go like this. Wait a minute, what does that mean? And I'm okay with that.
Well,
So,
astrology just means star study.
Yes.
Right.
And astronomy is also like the
star
same.
study.
But,
Yeah.
you know, and the argument that I get from Western astrologers is that it's seasonal, you know, tropical is seasonal. And then I think that doesn't hold water because it's only for the northern hemisphere. It's not for the southern hemisphere.
Right.
It's not seasonal for the southern hemisphere. And if we're doing global astrology work, then we should be using the real sky, because
Yeah.
the moon is always going to be in the same sign as it is northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. It's always going to be waxing and waning at the same time. You know, if it's waxing in the northern hemisphere, it's waxing in the southern hemisphere. Although it's backwards, it's on the other side. It's
Right.
waxing the other way, which I kind of thought it was that way, but I wasn't sure. Not until I talked to some Australian friends and asked them which side is the waxing moon light on, and they told me it was the opposite sign.
Isn't that interesting?
Moon. So isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you saw a waxing moon and you didn't know where you were, you could tell whether you were in the northern or southern.
Whether it's this way or that. Yeah.
Is it waxing from? How cool is that?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
place. You know,
That's an interesting question. How do you look at cusps?
well, I mean, cusp is just something that's blended. Like you get characteristics from both signs. It's going to be blended. Like, you know, it's like mixing colors. It's the same. You just have a little bit of each, and you're going to have traits from both.
And we had a question from Hershey asked, does this change the moon too? I was born at night, early in the morning, so it does change that.
Yeah, you'll still have the same phase that it's in. It's going to be the same phase and the same house, but it's just going to be a different sign, probably, most likely.
Yeah, and I couldn't answer that only because I haven't. I have the charts, like I said, that Kelly sent me, but I have to print them out and kind of read, and I haven't done that yet.
And Kasha just did my chart, and I, you know, she just got a new house, and I thought, oh, you know, I'm gonna get a chart done. So if she needs some money, I'll do it. You know, I just want to see what she's saying, and you know, I haven't had a professional astrology reading done in a really long time, so I had her do my chart, and it was the most interesting thing because I had a Taurus rising. I still had a Taurus rising. I was at 0 degrees Taurus, which I thought was very interesting. So I've got all this Venus stuff happening in my chart, which it has to do with the art, and it's all about the art for me, and it always has been. And that's pretty much what she said in my reading. But she got some things that were personal really right, and she wouldn't have done that. So it's very accurate as well.
I have that written down too.
Yeah, so do I.
Lady Silver said, I think I lost something. Moon phases are important too.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been working with moon phases since 2000. Well, maybe longer than that. My Mahat Tarot was Western astrology and worked with moon phases. And when I would work with people, it was just uncanny how the phase of the moon was really important to.
Are you changing that?
What? phase of the moon?
No, the
moon.
Ma'at. Are you going to change?
I did that already.
You
Well,
did that already.
well,
Got it.
Tarot turned into Journey into Egypt. I planned on just, turning the wheel, but then it turned into so much more. It turned into
Right.
like personalities and mythologies, and of course the Egyptian calendar, which is 12 months with 10-day weeks, like the Decans. Their whole calendar is a horoscope, with the 5 extra days being out of time where the gods are born. And that blew my mind, because that just said the Egyptians started astrology. This started in Egypt, because the horoscope is purely Egyptian calendar. And, so the way that they measured things was like, no matter how long the day was or how long the night was, there were 12 hours. They didn't have the seconds. They didn't have the minutia we have. So they would just divide things up evenly, no matter what the daylight hours or what the nighttime hours were.
So with I shouldn't say your real sky, because I don't mean it like that, but with the workbook and the deck, does it include that 13th between Scorpio and Sagittarius? Okay.
Yeah. Ophiuchus or Imhotep, or
depending on how you say it, right?
I have it Imhotep in my oracle, and I have it Imhotep in Journey into Egypt, but I have Snake Bearer in Real Sky for no apparent reason. Just that's the way it went.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm
all the same.
Yeah, I'm fascinated.
Well, Imhotep was like the only human being that was ever put into the zodiac, and the reason they had certain things on the zodiac, on the ecliptic, was so that it would come back, because there's this reincarnation thing that happens with the southern sky stars, because they disappear and they come back. And they wanted Imhotep to come back because he's the one that designed the pyramids and gave medicine to Egypt. And so they wanted to be sure that he would always come back, which makes me question Sagittarius, because it's this hero villain, and it's a warrior with this bow and arrow, and the horse, which was not in Egypt until later, like age of Taurus, or age of Taurus. So the horse was not in Egypt. So, and the chariot was not in Egypt. So I'm thinking that this was an addition, because it's very Babylonian. So I'm thinking maybe that there's something else that's supposed to be there. You'll have to wait and get my oracle and find out what I put there. Boom. I know.
Yeah. Boom.
I know.
I mean, and this is one of those things that I'm going to have to take a nap after this.
I know.
And this isn't even the tip of the iceberg. This is just,
not even close.
This is the wind blowing over the iceberg and reaching my face. I'm like going, oh my gosh.
How am I supposed to live a normal life like everyone else? What kind of dinner conversation do I have?
Yeah. Rochelle, I don't know if it will change your birth card. Your birthday, the day you were born, stays the same. So however you figured that out, you add your month, your day, and your year. That would still exist. This is the sign associated with it, correct?
If your birth cards work for you, just keep them. I'm just telling people what I think. I'm not telling them what to think.
Well, yeah, we kind of talked about that. It's like, that's like us saying that somebody else that does a different system and they do readings online and things like that, that they're wrong. No, that's not what we're saying. For me, it's
too.
Yeah, it's a big deal for me, because I don't want to say that it's like Beth said, an identity crisis, because it's not. It's just it's mind-blowing how it changed, why it changed, and then to know where the actual sky sat when I was born is huge versus manufactured, mathematical equations of things. It's just,
Well, and for me especially, I had to adjust from being a Scorpio to being a Libra, but then I couldn't be very mad because my tarot deck that I had to do over was called Mahat, which is scales. So it was already there, and I just didn't recognize that in myself.
I want to bring out something that Beth Aspasia Rising said.
love
No
you,
one
Pete.
should operate heavy machinery today because
Right.
minds are blown. And
Yeah.
yes, science is
Science
real.
is real.
I
Absolutely.
love that card.
Real. So is astrology.
Mm-hmm.
So is real skies.
Science is real, magic is real, and soon too, astrology is real. I will have that for the next
Real
time.
sky is what you'll have.
Real
Hashtag
sky
real
is
sky.
real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's like, and Maruta said, we think of two birth cards, the numerology date and the astrological sign. That would work. I get what you're saying.
Mm.
And Chris said, funnily enough, my birth card is Justice, which is Libra, which is my real sky sun.
See?
Aren't you glad you showed up today?
I'm glad I opened my phone and said, "Hey, TarotStache and Jaime are going to be on. I should go see what they're talking about." I'm glad I popped in.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I sent my email hours ago to see what you wrote to me.
Oh, yeah. That was just really funny because, Patrick's like, well, Julie Cuccia-Watts. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I know her. Don't worry about that. I'm going there. I'm going to go yell at her. Ding, 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 ding.
Tell me. Well,
Yeah.
I hate
Naomi.
I really hate the hard sell, so I don't do that to people.
No, of course not. No. But it's still one of those things where you like, for me, it's like, oh my God, I feel behind the curve. I mean, and I think I was supposed to find out now.
Yeah.
Versus before or whatever, but it's still.
I felt like I felt like it's like when Robert called me out, I thought, well, I think that astrologers know that it's not the real sky. And like, no, they don't. And I'm like, how come I didn't know? And I didn't.
Well, that's how I feel. How come I didn't know?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not an expert in anything. I'm a jack of all trades. And the fact that I didn't know shouldn't be so surprising, yet it's like, how did I not know this?
Yeah. Had I not had an Apple computer, and if I'd had a PC, I'd have been doing charts since the 90s, and didn't do charts because I had this Apple computer and it didn't have any apps for doing astrology.
No, yeah, it's all.
I just kind of went into tarot and did cards instead, and just skipped it and put my astrology into my cards, into Mahat Tarot. I did all the moon phases, so it was lunar astrology and in Mahat Tarot, and then
You know what amazes me though, and this is what I said in the second email, was you were doing all of this research when there was no connectivity really to the internet at all.
No.
So, and like I told you, I would love a city library right now. I don't live in a city with a big library or one that would even touch anything, but I would love to be in Scottsdale, my old law library. I would love to be in Atlanta or in Chicago or something like that, to where I have this gargantuan library of all things that I could go and search for manuscripts for, whatever. So somehow there's a part of me that's a little bit envious of that analog time that you had.
Yeah, I did have, the serendipity of walking to a library. When I would do my research, I just walk up to this shelf and go, this book, and it would be exactly what I needed. And I think that still happens. It just happens differently. And, actually, I have a lot of books in my house that are better than the public library, and I've forgotten a lot of the things that I had. Like when I went searching for creation stories, female creation stories for you, Gerald, I found books I forgot I had. I was like, wow, look at this one. This this is great. I'm going to look at this one. I forgot about this.
Yeah, those were great. Thank you. And Peter says, we're reliving the burning of Alexandria, methinks. Yeah.
My public library had 0 things on ancient history when I went to do some regular research for my oracle. I thought, oh, let's go see what's in the public library to see if there's anything new. And there was 0 ancient history in the library in town. And it's a brand new facility, but it's not full of anything important. It's full of culture and DVDs and computer access. And I'm just shocked.
That's sad.
And Julie, I would say if you were to ask one of the librarians these intensive reference questions, they would totally love it, because they don't, I mean, because I worked with librarians, and when they got a meaty question, something that was going to use more than what's the newest, movie, they get it, because it kicks in that excitement and that hunt and that finding that answer.
Where are the ancient history books? And she was all the histories over here. So I walked through everything, and there was nothing. And I used to be able to find things in that library. And I said, there's nothing on ancient history here. And she said, well, maybe we need to beef that up. But they've been having so much flack with, fundamentalist people, like being afraid of things that are in the library that contradict their stuff, that librarians are under threat.
Yeah.
Well, and was it Neil Gaiman says, the internet can give you 50,000 answers. A librarian finds you the right answer. So, and there's a web. Go ahead.
I was just going to say there's a question there, and I can't answer that. Maybe Julie can.
There's a website that I see by F. Fabian Rosales Ortega that is talking about real astrology. Have you heard of him? Is it the same?
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay.
But all of this is so new to me. I have no clue. But I mean, the catch is, and I've said this to both of you, the catch for me is that you can go and you can do this search, but you really got to read, because it's not necessarily real sky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
astronomy app. And, start that way.
Is there a real sky app?
Yeah. I use Go Skywatch. It's an astronomy app. I like it because you can see both what's under the earth and what is above in the sky. And it has a horizon line that you can see under.
Yeah.
And so you can see.
What's it called again?
Sky. Go Skywatch. That's my favorite one. There's a lot of astronomy apps out there that are really beautiful, but the one I use is Go Skywatch because you can see everything.
So what's the first, though, how it's coming across to me on the internet isn't clear. So I get the Skywatch. What's the first word?
Go Skywatch.
Go.
Yeah, it's an app for, I think, iPhone.
Okay. Because I was hearing gold. I'm like,
look at us. Both Jamie and I are going, okay, App Store, not like we're excited or anything.
It's nice to know like what's happening out there. And I think iFemeris also has real sky sidereal astrology chart. So if you need to have like charts so that you can see oppositions and squares and things like that. I usually just do my morning reading based on the moon phase and any interesting conjunctions and oppositions.
Zane.
Oh, and I love it. And Zane I'm also in the App Store, and Beth is going, what's the name of the app? It's GOSKY Watch. WATCH.
Yeah.
Is that right?
If I can find it in my thing here.
And everybody knows, blah, blah, blah. Purchase responsibly, know your limits.
Sure.
Go Sky.
Can you see the little app here? Let me see if I can find it. It's right. Oh, this side. Right there. Go Sky Watch. This little arrow with the moon.
Gotcha.
Watch.
Okay, so it is Go Sky Watch, one word.
Yeah.
Beth got it.
Yeah.
And Zane got it. Thank you. Go explore the night sky. $3.99, so cheaper than a bad cup of coffee from some place.
Mhm.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, will you be interested though once we go through Real Sky and everything to sit down and chat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That'd be awesome.
Walk through it if you want. Walk through it. And it's just how I do charts. I mean, there's other people who are probably better at doing charts than I am. Remember, I'm just a tarot person, and I just happened upon this, thing. And I don't do charts for people for a living. There are people who are better at this than I am, for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, I mean, I have my chart. I have the new chart now. I just haven't really, looked at it because I'm waiting. I'm going to wait until I have the workbook, and then I'm going to, lay it all out.
Really? You're going to wait?
She's going to try to wait.
I'm going to try. I'm going to print everything out that I have.
She's going to print everything out and happen to have it laying in front of her as she's having her cup of coffee and is wearing her glasses. It's not her fault if suddenly information gets put into her brain. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. You just happened upon this mind-blowing thing. Yep.
Yeah, it is
yes.
mind-blowing.
Yes. Julie is an astrologer, among other things.
Yeah. I guess I know some things about astrology.
Oh, and Callie Healer says doesn't see it on Android.
Yeah, it might be on Android. It might be an iPhone thing.
Yeah.
But there's probably something comparable.
Yeah.
Look for an astronomy chart that will give you what's below the horizon as well, because it's just nicer.
Yeah. I don't even know what to call you now. To me, I don't even know. I don't even know. I will figure it out, but I don't even know exactly. I don't even know.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was so mad at you. Sunday night, I was so mad at you.
I wonder I had a headache. You bitch.
Yeah, right. You bitch.
I mean, seriously, people, that is exactly what she said.
I was so mad at you.
I tried to tell you, but not ready yet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know. There's a word out there for me, but it hasn't come to me yet. But it will. But it's not you, bitch. Oh my goodness!
I just downloaded the app.
Oh yeah, isn't it nice?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Pamela, it is on Julie's website, and it will lead you to Lulu. It's the workbook to the Real Sky Tarot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
Picture of it. I have a book sitting here. I can hold it up. You want me to hold it up?
Yeah. Why not?
Look at it.
Well, sorry, I could just put your new moon.
Purchase responsibly if you do it.
Yeah. Sorry. There you go.
This is it.
And it's coil bound, which I love you for.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. I said that to Jamie too.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of stuff in it.
Yeah.
And there's like things you can do, little workbook things, workbooky things, like your first impression, and then what I say, and then what you think, and
No, it's what I call her, Beth.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah, and Hershey, I agree. Julie does have a beautiful smile, especially when somebody has told her that she's right. And where the hell have I been with all of this great information?
You know, I've been screaming to the empty space, I think.
Mhm.
You know,
But I want you to notice, did you see the way she lit up when she got to call me a bitch?
Totally.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
That's
Jonathan, I'm not going to tell you anything, but you know,
mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Be irresponsible. Get it.
I was very irresponsible yesterday because I was so mad. So there.
She was mad and she bought the deck as well.
I know. Imagine. I had just paid off Mahatro, and we were talking 5 digits here.
Yeah.
I had book and deck, and I had to have it printed at a printer because there was no on demand. So you're talking more than a Lexus here that I paid for these 1,000, decks and books. And I just paid it off, and I'm like feeling pretty good. I'm in Egypt, and then I find out, oh, your deck is wrong. This is wrong. You're gonna have to do it over. And then I think and reinvest another,
I would have knocked him in the nuts, man. I would have. I would have been.
I just walked out.
Pamela asked, "Is the Real Sky Tarot yours too, Julie?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Welcome 15. There you go, Jonathan. There's the next one.
Real Sky Oracle right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on an Oracle deck. It's my first Oracle deck. It's 432 cards.
Fuck.
Tiny cards though, 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. 36 cards to each pack, and it will be 12 packs, one for each sign, and it will span 26,000 years, so the great year. And I'm going back in time doing this oracle, and I have one age to finish, the age of Sagittarius, and of course there's no horses in Egypt during this time, but it's the Ice Age. There's the Ice Age, and there's a lot of blank space in there where there's no history. I mean, there was only like 1 million people in 20,000 years ago in the whole world. And there's not a lot out there.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's okay. This is currently, as of this time, you could get a discount through Lulu. And Callie Healer said, "What? 432?" And it's like, wow. And Hershey is like, I didn't hear that correctly. And it's like, yes, 12 packs.
I have a few pictures on my Instagram of the oracle that I'm working on.
Yes.
Oh, Hershey, that was just the size of the card that Julie described. That's why I pulled that. That's actually my sticker deck that I pulled out. It's not Julie's deck. I don't have that. No, that was just to reference the size of the card that she was describing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah. So the oracle will have moon phases in the signs for each zodiac sign or each age. And it will also have the gods lined up as their zodiac sign. And it will have a picture, a special picture for each house, illustrating, what it is. So,
how do you even stay awake? I mean, in 432 with all of that.
I take it really slowly,
That's the orbit, by the way.
Yeah. I take it very slowly, one age at a time. I have my structure. I put it away for a year because I wasn't even going to do it. And then I felt like I needed moon phases. Like I was doing all these readings. I didn't have enough moon phase cards. Yeah. And I thought, oh, I could do these 8 cards as moon phase cards. They were kind of in between cards and they were blank still. I didn't know what I was doing with them. And I was like, oh, they could be moon phase cards. So
what's funny?
What to do.
Yeah, I mean, I've had I've had Patrick at the Living Wheel. I've had his deck ever since it came out, like a week after it came, whatever it was. I've had it that long. I've looked at it. I've never had a reason to use it. And now I have a reason to use it.
Yeah, you can absolutely use it. That will work.
Yeah. And Peter says Julie talks about it out loud, and that seems to help her assimilate them.
Sure.
I understand that.
I can see that, but I think of all of that. No, of course, this is just me. I think of all of that information, all of those stories, all of those everythings, all of the levels and changing skies. I think of all of that just bombarding the back of my head, and I think, oh my God, I'd be insane pulling my pigtails out. All of that.
The timeline, that helped me.
Yeah.
The whole timeline, kind of laid it all out and looked at it after I'd done pretty many ages already. And then realized, you know, this little tiny bit is Egypt. And all of this, like this, all of the ages that were mostly feminine are just like this ice age. But then I think, well, maybe this very long female, this very long Virgo, this age of Virgo, maybe it's really just one big long woman like Nut. And you know, it was always the goddess, always the goddess until we get up into the age of Leo, and then all of a sudden culture happens because the ice melts and we get into the masculine signs, and then all of this culture happens, and we're in the mess that we are in now. And you know, and really we are in the age of Aquarius, because an hour before the sun rises at equinox, if you look at the constellation that's in the east, just an hour before sunrise, it's Aquarius. It's not Pisces. Regardless of what your app says, if there's two little stars that are still on the horizon, or Pisces, no, it's Aquarius is what they would be looking at. They would notice the big constellation. So we really are in the age of Aquarius, and I don't know when it started exactly, but maybe 2012, or maybe it was when Tesla was alive. I don't know, but you know, it's a degree every 72 years that it shifts back. So, I mean, it could have been the Revolutionary War for all I know.
Right.
You know, like when did we really step out of the age of Pisces and into the age of Aquarius? Was it the Industrial Revolution? Was it the invention of the airplane? Because, you know, there's definitely been a shift, and there's been a lot of life in a really small amount of time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people. Like, I did a population. The population, total population explosion in the last 100 years. And we can only handle, as a planet, we can only handle 1 more billion people. And that's it. That's max note. And we should probably rein it in.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
I'm just crazy.
Just
crazy, amazing.
Crazy.
You're crazy too.
Yeah.
But, you know, isn't that a balance?
I guess.
I mean, you have
things that no one else thinks about. Well, everyone's thinking about sports ball. I'm thinking about this.
Yeah.
You know, why do we do the things we do? And
that's brilliant.
Where do people come from?
Well, so to bring it kind of full circle, that's why this is so mind-blowing, because you're coming around full circle. And if you're really looking at birth, right? But then you're also looking at, and not to be a Debbie Downer, but you're looking at mortality.
Yeah. I've got like a couple decades left and I'll be out of here.
Right.
Don't screw it up. Anyway, but I'll be back. I mean, I always come back. But if nobody screws it up. But what's interesting on this timeline is that 25,000 years ago, there was a coronavirus that infected humans that changed them. So, and here we have a coronavirus again. And so maybe there will be changes again.
And she's sexy, he says.
for a 64-year-old woman.
Okay, the point is, there you go, sexy. Peter has said so, and therefore you are.
There you go.
I guess that's what matters.
Doesn't matter to you. Oh my gosh. Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad I looked at my phone and saw that you guys were on and decided to pop in and see what was going on.
I know. And we started out with quilts.
Yeah, you missed all of the quilts.
That's the art of the Libran person. The
So.
Venusian.
Wow. And just in case people are wondering, no, I am not going to make fabric tarot cards or anything like that. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, don't. Have something that's just for you.
Yeah,
I mean,
the passion stage.
There are people who do that, and they do it much better than me, and they're beautiful. I just don't need to do that. It's not me. I'll just make tiny little, I'll make these things, right? I'll just do these tiny little things.
You're sweet.
So
I've been watching you on Instagram. I've been watching what you're doing.
Oh, they've been fun.
Yeah. She's surrounded by two 56-year-olds and then this beautiful queen of 64 in the middle.
We're just the time of our lives. It's the best years of our lives.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure. So I should probably go and let you guys have your show.
No, we're done. We're actually
done. I mean,
came in perfect. So hang out for a second. We will zoom away.
Yes.
And
Oh, okay.
all right.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Tune in. Bye. Going to do the outro.